They helped define a generation, and somehow they're still out here hitting harder than bands half their age. From the moment Page Avenue dropped, Story of the Year didn't just enter the scene, they kicked the door off the hinges. But this isn't a nostalgia trip, ladies and gentlemen. This is about evolution, survival, and proving that real bands don't fade. All they do is reload. Today, we're diving into new music, the story behind the new song Gasoline, and what it actually takes to stay dangerous in a music industry that never stops shifting. This is the Sound 228. All right, welcome to another episode of The Sound, and I am Kevin Harris.
I'm Lisa Wills.
And we are being joined today. A lot of history with this band, a lot of great history with this band, and it's not stopping. So joining us today is Dan from the band Story of the Year. Dan, how are you?
That's me.
That is
Hello.
you.
I'm doing great. I'm just hanging out in St. Louis, Missouri, in my house.
So of course, being who we are, we don't know everything about the bands, and that's the cool thing about these interviews and stuff like that. But I have to ask, I was doing some reading, and before we go any further, was the original name of the band really Big Blue Monkey?
Yeah. It was kind of a little bit of a different lineup, but I was on drums. I was playing the drums, and Ryan, our guitar player, was still our guitar player. But me and him have been playing music together in some form since the mid '90s. Just local bands and different stuff. Like I was a guitar player and a singer, and then I started playing drums because nobody could play the drums. And then it was like, yeah, we started as Big Blue Monkey, and then we got this lineup eventually and stayed Big Blue Monkey for a little while, but it was a whole different band. So we needed a new name. So changed it to Story of the Year. Story of the Year was actually a song title of a Big Blue Monkey song. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. So give us a brief rundown of the history of Story of the Year, because there's a lot. I mean, there isn't anything that you haven't done in the music industry. So kind of in one, I guess, a little synopsis that you can do. Just the history of Story of the Year.
Yeah, I always feel like it's only been like a couple of years, but then lately everybody's like, man, you've been doing this for so long. I'm like, damn it, we have. Yeah, we got signed in 2002-ish to Maverick Records. John Feldman from Goldfinger, the lead singer of Goldfinger, he was an A&R guy, so he got us signed. He produced our first record, Page Avenue. Had a lot of success on that record with Until the Day I Die and Anthem of Our Dying Day and all that. Put a couple records out with them, then got dropped because they folded and Warner Brothers didn't think we were good enough. So signed to Epitaph, put out a couple records with them. Then put out a record ourselves called Wolves in 2017 that nobody knows about. So go check that one out. It's pretty good. And then, now we were the last couple, we took a few years off in the middle years. Where this kind of music just wasn't really connecting with people for a little while. It's like, trends change over the years, and being a band for 20 plus years, there's going to be ups and downs. And we had a few slow years in there where we just didn't know if we were going to focus on the band anymore. We all had kids and kind of grew up and, became more of family men. And it was like, what should our focus be on? So we kind of went away for a little while, not on purpose. It just kind of naturally happened. And then about 3-4 years ago, we were like, look, we need to really focus on this again. With the resurgence of this scene and everything, it was like, now might be the time to really go hard at trying to be a band again. And that's when we put out Tear Me to Pieces, our last record. And that really connected with people again and really got the energy going and got the momentum back, and led right into, our new album, which we're pushing right now, Arson. And that's the quick history of Story of the Year.
That's it. But I mean, that's a lot. And I'm sure there's many more stories that can go along with all of that. But then you look at where you're at now and what you're doing. We were just looking at what you guys got. You got a pretty busy summer. I mean, Sonic Temple and Rockville and Download and Upheaval. And are you going to be on Warped again this year? I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, so we're doing three of the Warped shows. We're doing Long Beach, DC, and Mexico City. Yeah, and then there's a whole lot of touring in between that we are getting ready to announce as well, but it just hasn't been finalized on the dates. But yeah, we're connecting a lot of those with a lot of US headlining stuff. So that'll all get announced as well soon. But yeah, busy year. We're supposed to be in Australia right now with Parkway Drive and a bunch of other bands. It was Parkway Drive's big Australian festival thing, but for whatever reason, they canceled that whole thing. So we planned on putting our record out and being in Australia for a month,
I
but
got you.
so it ended up we ended up being home for a little while to do a lot of press and fun stuff instead. But so yeah, we're just happy to be busy again. It's good to be able to still be this busy and still be doing it the way we do.
I know,
What
Lisa,
is your
you're loaded. Lisa, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering what is your secret? I mean, because so many bands, as they change and evolve over the years, not many bands can say that they've been together for over 2 decades. You guys
Yeah.
have managed to keep it together. How have you managed to do that?
Um, I always think of like a dumb, funny answer. I'm like, the sex, obviously. Um,
That's a great answer.
um, yeah, well, it's the four of us that were in the band still. We are the original four members. You know, we grew up in St. Louis together. We were all just like skateboarders and friends who just hung out and occasionally played music. You know, so eventually the music became more of our priority. But I think just being friends first and doing this for fun, and it technically just our hobby, but that becomes your job. But that we really just love what we do, and being from St. Louis, it's not like a big music city necessarily. It's not like being from LA or New York or something. So us doing this here was a very different thing. It's not like we'll find somebody better. We'll go through all the people who play music here. It's like, no, we were just friends and we made ourselves, like I said, I was a drummer for a while, I was a guitar player. It's like just do whatever we have to do to make this thing work. And that friendship and that connection has just kept us together forever, and I'm sure we'll still be the same four guys in another 20, 30 years, hopefully.
Longevity is so key, and we almost never see it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
congratulations to be able to stay together for that long. Um,
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is very rare. Like we have a lot of friends in the scene that have been the band as long as us, but very few of them have like the same four or five guys in that band, and it's just staying together in general is almost impossible, but especially with, the same people, it's crazy.
Yeah. And as you guys have progressed and evolved throughout your career, your music has sort of how do you feel like that your music has evolved with it? Because your latest single is very different, I think, at least that's what I feel, from some of
Yeah.
your prior work. So was there a change there?
Not really. No, we don't pre-plan anything out really. It's like get in a room and just write the music that we like, and it always starts with like some kind of guitar riff. Ryan writes a lot of he records a lot of demos and stuff. So just a lot of music that he'll have so we can get in a room and just have a starting point and then start throwing some vocal stuff over it. So every record's pretty much the same. It's like, all right, well, that's cool. Let's work on that. That's cool. Let's work on that. And we've always had heavier songs. We've always had lighter songs. There's always been some screamy stuff. Like our second record, everybody was like, "Oh, they're way too heavy now." Nobody liked it because it wasn't as poppy as Page Avenue. So it's like we've been back and forth our whole career, and now it's like I think we've kind of blended the combo of heavy and I don't know what to call the other side, poppiness or regular rock and roll.
Right.
Um, I think with Gasoline and a bunch of the songs on the new record, we really mastered like it's in your face and it's heavy, but then it has a big chorus that really grabs your attention, and that's kind of a hard thing to do to actually have that energy and that heaviness, but then still have a big connecting chorus. So that's kind of always our goal, and I think maybe we just perfected it a little different on this one.
I would definitely say so. I absolutely love the single.
Well, thank you.
Kevin, do you want to? Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Well, no, I mean we've got the video loaded up, ready to play,
Mhm.
and she hadn't seen it yet, and that's
No.
we talked about this on our last episode. So I do all the show prep and get everything ready for the show and everything. So I've been able to see the video. So a lot of times it's a natural. If they haven't seen the video yet, we get that natural reaction out of them. And I told her, I
Yeah.
said, "You're absolutely going to love this video." But tell us a little bit about the actual song and then maybe about the video.
Well, yeah, the video. I mean, we got tired of making real serious videos to our songs, where you just got to try to look really cool, you know, after you make 10 or 15 of those in your career, you're like, okay, let's do something weird, you know.
Right.
So on our last record, we had a song called War, and we did, which was the prequel to this video, but it's same characters. So if you like this video, go back and watch the video for War as well. But yeah, it's just us doing like 70s 80s kind of throwback cop outfits and undercover cops. I don't know, just being ridiculous. It's like it's kind of a throw. This one's kind of a throwback to like 80s action movies like Commando and Predator or something, you know. The first one was more like Boogie Nights or something weird. But yeah, we're just trying to have some fun with these with songs that are like a little more aggressive and don't necessarily need like a real introspective kind of deep video, you know. It's like, let's have fun with it. So
Right.
but yeah, the song Gasoline, it happened a little later in the songwriting process. We recorded most of the record with our producer Colin Britton, who is also the drummer of Linkin Park now. And he's an amazing songwriter, amazing producer. He's just a great musician all around. But he was so busy with Linkin Park on this making this record that we brought in some co-producers and stuff. So this song particularly, we had a co-producer named Dan Book, and he's also equally as talented and awesome. So we were all at his house just sitting there working on the riff, and we were throwing vocal ideas around. And I think he actually came up with we were just like, "Da, da, 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 gasoline," and he's like, "Ooh, gasoline," and just like it popped out of nowhere. You know, I was like, oh yeah, that fits the vibe of the song, you know. And some songs just work like that, where they just kind of write themselves in a way. But yeah, it was just like, gasoline. And as soon as we're like, yeah, gasoline, that's perfect. It's like, yeah, burn it all down, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, it kind of just gives you the idea itself. It's like, that's a pretty easy thing to just write some heavy, badass lyrics to. And yeah, it just kind of fell into place. That's great when that happens.
Well, we're going to go ahead and roll into the video. And then after the video, we'll come back and we'll talk about some stuff that you guys got coming up, and we'll go from there. But here is the video. It's Gasoline. It is Story of the Year, and you're watching The Sound. Maybe. I promise it's there.
Machine that I can race you. I'm gonna just step in the yard. A perfect time for pyromania. Smiling with blood between my teeth. These fists are faster than a 47. There's nothing hiding underneath. Let's turn this motherfucker down. We live on. Fuck it up, burn it down. Cover it all in gasoline. Light the match, turn around. Level it all and flee the scene. Choke it out, split it up. Make a nightmare into a dream. Cover it all in gasoline. Here for the ARS to win. My ears are ringing like a church bell. I'll bring this movie to an end. I'll write my monologue of blood-stained glass. I need something more. Erase everything I said. Suffering is such a bore. It's over now, the dream is dead. It's dead, it's dead. Fuck it up, burn it down. Cover it all in gasoline. Light the match, turn around. Level it all and flee the scene. Choke it out, split it out. Make a nightmare into a dream. Cover it all in gasoline. Ashes to as we all fade away. Ashes to ashes, we all fade away. Fuck it up, burn it down. Cover it all in gasoline. Light the match, turn around. Like you never meant a goddamn thing to me. Fuck it up, burn it down. Cover it all in gasoline. Light the match, turn around. Level it
All right, there you have it. And I mean, one of my favorite. I mean, it's throughout the whole song. I mean, fuck it up, burn it down. I absolutely love it. Who hasn't in their life had one of those moments where like, fuck it up, burn it down? I mean, it happens
Yeah. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a regular basis.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that was
it's
amazing.
it's a cinematic masterpiece, obviously.
Clearly,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be very specific, with the lyrics. It's like it's kind of a vague, like it's more of like a personal, like, rebirth and restart of, like when everything's fucked up. I didn't know if we could cuss on this, but now you have, so now I'm gonna
Absolutely, yeah.
start cussing.
Do it.
But yeah, it's just that sentiment of, fuck it, let's start over, let's burn it down, not caring about the consequences, and that's a cool, freeing feeling. So yeah, I love it.
So, curiosity question here, and I want to go to the business side real quick. So, you think it's harder to break through in 2003 or stay relevant in 2026?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know. They were both astronomical, odds. Or I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're doing something authentic and cool and real, and maybe it just always will work. But yeah, it's very hard when people are like, "How did you do it? What did?" I was like, "I have no idea." It's just we just played music, and
Right.
there's a lot of timing involved, a lot of luck. Because if we put "Until the Day I Die" out like right now today as a new song, I it would not probably have the same success. It's like it's a good song, but it was a lot of the timing of that scene at the time, and just the period of what was happening. So yeah, I would say it's a lot of luck and a lot of timing. I don't know. You can't really think about it too much. It's just do what you love and hope that it works. That's all we
Yeah,
do.
don't think about it. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I got you. Lisa?
Yeah, I was just going to go back to the video. I absolutely love that. I think too, like when bands, they've done so many live performance videos, they've done so many of, the really cool, overproduced type of music videos. And then to come out and you guys are literally you just have this album, you're coming out. It's like this, you've been together for so long. At some point you have to start looking in the mirror and just being
Mhm.
yourselves. And I think this video really does that. I absolutely love it. I thought it was great. And I love at the end. It was like a very, have you seen the movie Salt with Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie? Okay. It was a
Yeah.
very Salt moment for me when I saw her
Uh-huh.
pull out the gun and she's ready to kick everybody's ass. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love the twist at the end. I just thought it was really great. I thought you guys did a great job. And I just
Well, thank you.
absolutely love the new single. I'm curious, what does that mean is next for you guys now that you're back in the saddle and you're ready to go out and you're all over the world this year? Are you going to stay the course and well, I shouldn't say the course, but the pace, or do you think that you're going to see how this runs through?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna keep going until we can't keep going. I was to say about the video, it's a really stupid thing to put out as your first single, to make a really dumb, crazy video like that and be like, yeah, who cares? This is what we want to do. But that's kind of how our career has always gone. It's like we don't really do what we're supposed to do ever. We kind of just do the dumbest thing possible, and usually it works out. Because like I said before, just we're having fun, and just as long as we like what we're doing, it's fun. Um, but yeah, the second video that we did was for Disconnected, and that one has performance, and it's a little more of a normal video. But you can't do them all that crazy. But
No.
but yeah, man, we're really enjoying having all this momentum again, and watching the connection with our fans with the new music, especially live. Hearing the fans sing along louder, or just as loud as, if not louder, on a lot of these new songs as they are to like a lot of our first record and second record stuff. That's a really cool feeling, and that's very hard to do. So we're just really excited to still be doing it, and we're never gonna stop at this point. Until the day we die, we will play music.
I would think that you're also gathering a lot of new fans at the same time
Absolutely, yeah,
and reaching,
especially. Yeah, a lot of people are bringing their kids, especially too. It's like that's a whole new thing. There's always like a bunch of younger kids in the front, and I've been trying to figure out a way to make like an all kid circle pit lately. That's been like my goal of like where to put that in the set. but yeah, it's been awesome, and it's a lot of just younger kids who are just finding our band or who learned about it through their parents, and now they're growing up and they're in their late teens or early 20s. You know, it's like, yeah, a lot of resurgence and a lot of youth happening, and which makes me feel older and makes my body hurt more on stage whenever I'm trying to jump off things and have fun. But yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
So 20 years from now, what do you want the legacy of Story of the Year to be?
Oh dang. I, well, we're already 20 years in, so I didn't even think we would make it this far. You know, I was when we started, it was like, hopefully we'll put a record out and maybe we'll get to tour a little bit. You know, that was the only
Right.
goals. And it's like we won't be doing this in 20 years. You know, there's no way. We'll never be that big. So um, in 20 years, I just want people to look back and say they wrote a lot of really badass music, and hopefully that we're still successfully doing it in another 20 years. Um, yeah, it's weird to be in that zone now where it's like people are like, "Man, you really have done this and all this history of Story of the Year." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm still in the middle of it and I don't think about it that way. I'm just still
Right.
trying to put out good music and still trying to be in a band." And that's what I'll be doing in another 20 years if it's possible. So, yeah, hopefully it's just that we're still there.
I like it. Well, I will tell you this. Thank you very much for spending a little time with us. I'm going to be lucky enough to see you at Rockville, so
Nice. That's
that'll
gonna be
be
good.
fun. That'll be a fun one to see. Um, where if anybody's looking, and I hate to say this, but if anybody's discovering Story of the Year right now, where can they find where's the best way for them to go to learn the history of Story of the Year? The website, social media, I mean YouTube. I mean, I know how that works. So
Yeah, I don't. We since we came out a long time ago, we're not real good at the internet. Uh,
right.
yeah, social media is like where we're the most active on everything. Just Instagram usually or whatever. I'm sure we have TikTok as well. I don't really do it, but yeah, yeah, people can find whatever they want to find. Obviously, it's pretty easy. It's all out there. But yeah, I'm hoping people are still finding our band, as we were saying. It is happening, and I can't. Yeah, they'll find it if they need it. It's fine.
That's
It's
it.
out there.
Well, Dan, thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you ever need anything from us, we're here, and look forward to. I look forward to seeing you in rock. I'm sure you're going to probably end up at DC Warped again this year, huh, Lisa?
Yep.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we'll be there. We'll be there as well. So
So thank you so much for joining us, and safe travels throughout the summer, and enjoy the ride, man.
awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.